Stoneman, number
It's a hot summer night in Chattanooga. 92 degrees at kick. Fitting as two smoking hot teams share the pitch in their first of 3 battles this season for what will likely be a playoff spot in USL League One. Fans are filing in for what's going to be a good one tonight in Chattanooga. Good evening, I'm Ryan Beers reporting from David Stanton Field, home to Chattanooga Red Wolves SC. A team that has won 2 straight in 3 of their last 4. They're now in 3rd place in USL League One. Their opponents, Lansing Ignite, are winners of 2 of their last 3, and they're just 1 small point behind Chattanooga for 3rd place in the standings. And tonight's battle is between 2 of the top 5 goal-scoring teams in the entire league, so you know there's going to be some action this evening in Chattanooga. And if we're going to talk about the Heat, no one is more sizzling this season than the leading goal scorer for Chattanooga, Stephen Beatty. 4 goals in his past 2 games. He scored the only goal against Richmond in a big 1-0 home clean sheet win last week. He scored his assist from Cito Sione, that beautiful crossing pass and Stephen Beatty cleaned it up and dropped it through. The week before, he scored 3 goals, one with the left foot, one with the right foot, and then one with the header that you see here. Such a versatile player, very difficult to stop. 7 goals, that's tied for second in USL League One. And he's also one of the quickest players on the field. Often will beat defenders for loose balls like this and then make things very tough for the opposing goalkeeper. He can really score from any part of the field. The captain, 30-year-old from Dublin, Ireland, a great player. For Lansing, Nick Moon has been their standout this season on a team that really gets us goals from a variety of places. He leads the squad with 4 goals this season. He's the team's mid-season MVP, voted on by the fans, staff, and media. He's their leader with 4 goals, and he's their go-to when they need a big score. So good on the back line. He's not a forward, not a midfielder, but maybe the best scoring defender in all of USL League One. Oftentimes will come in and clean up broken down plays. Has such fantastic footwork, as you see here. Works perfectly in the box. One thing that's so good about him, such a precision shooter. He can score with the smallest of margins to work with. Such an effective player for Lansing Ignite. They've had 11 players score goals this year, none as many as Nick Moon. 4 goals, that is tied for 6th in USL League One. It's a battle for 3rd place in one of 2 games tonight in USL League One. Chattanooga seeks to win its 3rd straight at home. Lansing tries to play spoiler. Lineups and kick are coming up. The officials and players come in, getting set for this big matchup led by the main official tonight, the referee, the man in the middle, Michael Smith. Let's have a look at the starting 11 for both these teams. First for the home squad, Chattanooga. There he is in the middle. Stephen Beatty, he's playing on that outer forward spot tonight. Cito Sione, he's getting his 2nd start in a row after that big assist last week. And Alexander Mangles leads the entire league in saves. He is between the pipes tonight for Chattanooga, such an outstanding goalkeeper. On the other side for Lansing Ignite, their keeper, Stephen Cleveland, had 3 clean sheets in the month of June, a very impressive month for him. And Nick Moon leads that fantastic back line with Koifik for Key and Stoneman, maybe the best back 4 in all of USL League One. And then getting his 2nd start of the season tonight, Pato Botello Othez. He scored the only goal last week against North Texas for Lansing. He starts at the forward spot. Let's have a look at the injury report as we get set for kick on this hot night in Chattanooga. Brought to you by Trelia Health. Dixon, Fola are out, along with Falvi. The Ignite are completely healthy tonight. No injuries to report. What a great matchup we have. The number 3 team in USL League One in Chattanooga. The number 4 team in Lansing. It's a battle for third place in USL League One as Chattanooga will start the match on the defensive side. Lansing will have the ball first. In their beautiful dark blue uniforms, Chattanooga in the bright red home kit tonight. Love the colors, love the matchup. Going to be a lot of fun here. An exciting contest on USL League One. A little pressure already from Lansing. Both these teams top 5 in the league in goal score. They like to play aggressively. Different styles though. Chattanooga is patient. They're opportunistic. As Coach Jim Hagenson likes to say, they are 4th in the league in goals. They are 10th in shots attempted. On the other side, Lansing, they're a lot more aggressive. They are 5th in the league in goals, but they are one of the top teams in shots attempted, so they like to really push the tempo on the offensive end. The Red Wolves are looking to finish a perfect 3-0 homestand and win their 4th of the last 5 matches. Lansing seeks to bounce back after a tough loss against North Texas before 2 in a row at home. They've won 2 of their last 3 and are 1 point behind Chattanooga in this battle for 3rd place. Fun point, these are the only, for both these teams, they haven't played each other this year. It's the only such situation for both these squads. They've played all other 8 teams in USL League One outside of each other. They'll play each other 2 more times. Both of those will be in Michigan. So this is a big one, especially for Chattanooga tonight, because they have to play a team in Lansing that's very tough at home. On the road twice this season still. As the 2 teams feel each other out, battle for the ball at midfield. Chattanooga looking to put the pressure on. A mispass there and a roll calmly to Stephen Cleveland. What a great month of June he had. Didn't start the year between the pipes as a starting goalkeeper for Lansing. A 25-year-old from Dayton, Ohio, has been great in 8 starts. He's got 29 saves, 3 clean sheets in the month of June. He's up for keeper of the month for the month. What a performance he had last month in June. Lansing, some fancy footwork in the box. Here's a shot right there as Alexander Mangels adding to his league-leading save total this season as he's tested early. Mangels now with 43 saves. That one not too challenging. Great move there in the box by number 24, Elma Enfor, getting the start out of the 23-year-old from Bermuda. He's a reliable offensive player, one of the few players to start almost the entire season in that top forward position. Talking to the young coach, Nate Miller, 33 years old for Lansing, the youngest coach in all of professional soccer. He says this team's very well balanced. 11 players have scored goals for them this year, but they need that big striker. They're looking for that today. Here's an opportunity. The shot left side just wide as Pato Botello Ofez looking for his 2nd goal in as many weeks, which missed by maybe a foot left. So an early opportunity here for Lansing goes by the board, but a good sign for the road team. Very aggressive, a couple chances to score. Not a bad shot by Botello Fez. The 22-year-old getting just his 3rd start this season. He had the only goal last week against North Texas as Alexander Mangels gets ready to kick this one away. 5 clean sheets. Tied for 2nd in USL League One. He leads the league in saves. He had a big clean sheet last week against Richmond. Temperatures in the low 90s. Windy evening though. You can maybe hear that in your speaker as there's a foul by Chattanooga. An energetic crowd here in Tennessee. They've been treated to a really good stretch by their home Red Wolves. They've won their last 2 both at home. They have 2 on the road after this, so a win would be big for Chattanooga to go 3-0 in this homestand. We touched on it a little bit earlier. Road teams have struggled this season in USL League One. They've been outscored by 33 goals, and road teams are 14, 36, and 17 this year. Chattanooga has contributed to that. They are undefeated at home this season. They try to maintain a perfect record on this homestand, yet they are 0-4-0 when they are outscored, or they're scored against first, I should say. So a big key tonight for both these teams. Who can get on the board first? For Chattanooga, that's probably their biggest key. They are undefeated when they score first. But they have not won when they score second, or don't score at all. And of course, finding Stephen Beatty. He's got the ball right now. 4 goals in his past 2 games for the Red Wolves. Lansing crucial on defense to keep that ball out wide. Chattanooga so good when they can find the middle of the field. This back line, which has been spectacular for Lansing. They even have their leading goal scorer on it in Nick Moon. Has got to keep Chattanooga, which averages just a hair under 2 goals per game at home, from getting in the middle of that field. Here come the Red Wolves. Off the interception. Beatty with it at midfield. Lansing swarms him. Over the top pass. Here's a chance for Chattanooga. The shot is knocked down by the keeper, Cleveland. An aggressive shot there by the Red Wolves to start. I believe that was Cito Sione going for the big kick. Both these teams playing aggressive. 2 of the top goal-scoring teams in the league. Nice over-the-top pass. Big kick from Sione. He had that assist last week, making his 2nd start in a row. Jonathan Caparelli. He's led Chattanooga to 3 straight wins since returning from injury. Sione battles in the box. A steady back line for Lansing, turns it away. 2 teams separated by just a point between 3rd and 4th place. In one of 2 matchups tonight in USL League One, Michael Smith rather, the lead referee in the yellow kit out of the Bay Area, blows that play dead. A couple early fouls on Chattanooga, trying to be the aggressive team tonight. Xavier Gomez at midfield. That's where Lansing has kind of lacked in the scoring department. It's been their midfield spots. They're looking for more action from Gomez, who does have 1 goal this year. They've gotten a lot of goals from their back line. Nick Moon, Kevin Koyfik, nominated for mid-season all-defensive team. Lead that back 4 that is absolutely stellar. Here's a chance, some fancy footwork in the box, left-footed shot. It's off the post. Beatty's got some look to it, and it's cleared away. Oh, a golden opportunity for Chattanooga, and Lansing somehow avoided the early goal allowed. How about that, Cito Sione? Look at this footwork from the youngster, beating 3 defenders. Missed it off the left post, and Beatty, I'm sure his eyes got wide there, just couldn't quite get a strong foot on that bouncing ball. Action abound early. Both teams have had opportunities. That one might be the best one Chattanooga gets all day. Header up in the air. It is played away by Lansing. Here's Caparelli, and he loses it past the sideline. What an early opportunity for Chattanooga. Great sign that Cito Sione, the 5'9" forward, has made 2 fantastic plays to start. Had a shot saved by Cleveland a few moments ago, and then he somehow split a quadruple team. That was a Houdini act from Sione. Just couldn't finish. Ball roll near side. Here's Hollingsworth. Grant Stoneman with it. Young player out of St. Charles, Illinois. One of the most important players on this team. He leads the team in minutes played. 3-time USL League One Team of the Week pick. That's number 4, Grant Stoneman. So you got Stoneman in this back line. He's 3 times been on the USL Team of the Week. You have Nick Moon, who leads the team in scoring for Lansing. Kevin Koyfik, the Frenchman, big 6'3" defender, fantastic in the box, nominated for midseason all-defensive team, is back there as well. It is a bunch that is extremely talented. As there's some contact at midfield, both sides want fouls on the opposing team. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Brandon Fricke, just as good captain of the team. He moves all around the field, played with Charlotte Independence last year. So you've got 2 of the best defensive players in League One, one of the best, maybe the best defensive goal scorer in League One. Then you've got the captain of the team on that 4-man back line for Lansing. That is definitely their strength, and it's very tough to get past, although Chattanooga has threatened a couple times so far. Ball sent up the field. Cito Sione gives chase, and it's played back with a nice head touch from Koyfik. Red Wolves, last in the league in shots attempted. They're very opportunistic. Even though they're top 5 in goals scored, they've been aggressive so far. Couple players run into each other. Walefi for Chattanooga made contact with Marshall Hollingsworth, the midfielder from Illinois, Libertyville. He was drafted 41st in the 2016 MLS Super Draft. Ball sent at midfield. N4 tries to reverse field. Intercepted. Here's Chattanooga. They've controlled the tempo so far. And they foul at midfield. Coach Tim Hakinson. And a red card is given early to Chattanooga. What a early blow to the home team. And we hope the player down is okay. Both Coach Tim Hakinson and Nate Miller were up on their feet after the whistle. There was contact. It looks like that's Nick Moon, the goal-scoring leader for the road team Lansing. And a red card is given to number 15, Yaya Cece. He has been very good for the Red Wolves at the forward spot over the past couple of weeks in a major turn of events early here in this one. Yaya Cece is given the red card, so he's done. And the Red Wolves will have to play a man down for the next nearly 80 minutes. As Nick Moon's attended to, he's the leading goal scorer for Lansing Ignite, so you hope he's okay. And Cece will walk off. That's a tough blow. Yaya Cece's really performed well over the past few weeks. He's only played in this being his 6th game, his 5th start. He started 4 straight weeks, and his team hasn't lost since he started. So Cece takes a disappointing walk to the locker, as he is done after the red card. There was a contact at midfield. Both Coach Hankinson and both Coach Miller got up off their feet. And the call went against Chattanooga. It was CC making contact. And now Lansing has a major advantage early in this one, as the referee Michael Smith pulling the red card on Yaya Cece. So let's see how this changes the strategy for Chattanooga. They've played very aggressive so far. Coach Hankinson might have to have his team dial back a little bit here. Play conservative, hope for a mistake from Lansing, and just try to concede here. So about 11 minutes into it, Yaya Cece picks up the red. That has been one point of emphasis for this aggressive Red Wolves team. They are top 3 in the league in cards this year, but rarely do you see a red card get drawn so early. Here we go. Trying to push on the Red Wolves. A whistle and a foul is called, as Michael Smith will give the home team the set piece here, and maybe a good opportunity early. As Stephen Beatty, actually that was Cito Sione, was battling with the defender, Ivo Saerda. Saerda maybe the top midfielder for the road team tonight. Player of the month for Lansing Ignite in May. A lot of chatting with the official early. Both these teams understand the magnitude of this game. They're separated by 1 point in the standings. Both have been playing very good soccer over the past couple of weeks. I think it's tough to not say this is the top matchup this week in USL League One. We have Chattanooga just skyrocketing up the standings, and Lansing Ignite playing very good soccer. Okay, here's Stephen Beatty, the captain. Big swing at it. And right there is the ever-steady Stephen Cleveland. On loan from the Chicago Fire, the MLS. 5 starts. He's been an elite goalkeeper, 3 clean sheets. In the month of June, he's been a big boost to this Lansing team as Cleveland. Here comes Chattanooga, another opportunity. The roller just wide. And you see the strategy from the home team. The Red Wolves are normally very selective with their shot selection. Today, they're trying to be aggressive. Take every opportunity that they have against this great back line and top-notch goalkeeper in Cleveland. Red Wolves are 6-4-3. Their opponents tonight, Lansing, 5-5-5. Already a red card. What an exciting first 15 minutes. Multiple shots on goal and a red card given to Yaya Sisi for Chattanooga. So the home team is playing a player down against a Lansing offense that's one of the best in the league. Both teams just missed goals earlier. Energetic crowd here at David Stanton Field. It's the Red Wolves' 3rd straight home game. And this community, getting a USL League One team, is really starting to get behind their squad. Coach Tim Hankinson has just put together a really good group here. He's talked about how the continuity has improved throughout the season. It's been a key to their rise in the standings. Coach Nate Miller says they feel like this is a big game for them. It's the only team they haven't faced. It's the only time they play them on the road. He says it feels massive, is how he described this matchup. And for Lansing, they've had 11 different players score this year. They're looking for that one big striker to get the ball past that man, Alexander Mangels, the leader in saves this year. He had 2 shutouts in the month of May. Really putting his name in there for best keeper of USL League One this season. He's been tested early, already 1 save, as he chips this one towards midfield. His performance, utmost importance now. A man down after the red card on Cece. Reversing field. Now touch back to the sideline. With it is Stoneman. High ball towards the box. Mangels very aggressive. Pulls it down out of the sky. Stoneman is looking for a player on the run. Mangels, like he does so well, he's 6'4", uses his height well. Excellent at anticipating that one up in the air. With a player less, though, at midfield, those balls up in the air, the 50-50 ones, are more often than not going to be won by Lansing. Fricky reverses field. Gomez, with 1 goal this season, looks to work. Ball reversed to the far sideline. In the box, here's another opportunity. The kick blocked, cleared momentarily, but not out of trouble yet. Here's Serda as they ignite. Needle the defense, ball towards the box again. Mangels comes out and picks it up off the turf. He is going to have his best performance of the season if Chattanooga wants to win this one or even have a draw man down. Botello Faz had an opening for a second, had that goal last week. Mangels was able to close things up. Contact at midfield. As Beatty went down, good sportsmanship from Lansing to help him back up. Select is the official ball supplier of USL League One in many of the finest leagues in the world. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit SelectSportAmerica.com. Ball up in the air towards the box, far side. Going up for it is Beatty, and there's some contact. And Beatty is saying, pass that one more towards the box. Give me some room to run on it. 4 goals in the past 2 weeks. He is going to have to come up big. Today, a man down for Chattanooga after the Yaya CC red card. Some space on the left side. N4. 11 different players have scored this year for Lansing. They have that wide attack, but of course watch out for Nick Moon, who runs in for the defensive side, so effective. Tony Waltz picked up a yellow last week, but had a great performance otherwise. Was able to make things tough there for Lansing. The throw into Walefi. Chattanooga plays it back. 2 of the top 5 scoring teams in League One on the pitch right now. Both have had opportunities so far. One of 2 matchups tonight in USL League One. South Georgia Tremonte takes on Ford Madison FC later on tonight. These 2 teams, it's incredible. We're halfway through the year and they have almost identical stats. Lansing's played a couple more games. Chattanooga's got 17 goals, Lansing has 18. The Red Wolves 1.3 goals per contest, 1.2 for the Ignite. Both teams have 13 assists. Very comparable goals against numbers as well. Their shots on goal percentages very comparable. An even matchup tonight in Chattanooga. You see the Red Wolves, they've dropped back their formation, trying to play conservatively. Ball towards the side, now at midfield. With spaces Gomez. He runs it towards the box. The Red Wolves stop that attack. And then a foul is called on Lansing. In about 15 minutes since the red card on Yaya CC, that's the big story. The talented young player from the Ivory Coast, Michael Smith, gave him the red, and he is out. That means Chattanooga is playing a man down the rest of the way. Of course, unless Lansing picks up a red as well. He made contact at midfield with Nick Moon and picked up the red. Pass is intercepted. Here comes Lansing on the counterattack. That was sniffed out by the back line. Nice play by Connor Doyle. Otherwise, that could have been an easy goal. This still might be a chance. In the box, and Mangles is able to boot it away. That's already the 3rd or 4th fantastic aggressive play by Alexander Mangles. And he knows tonight he is going to have to play aggressively. A dangerous play anticipated perfectly by Botelofats. Yeah, that goal last week, already a couple near opportunities this week. The first time both these teams have met each other in program history, of course, being the first year of USL League One. These are the only 2 teams these squads have not played. Matching up for the first time, always exciting when you face another program for the first time ever. They'll meet up twice later on this year. Both of those matchups will be in Michigan. And all 3 of these are big. Both these coaches said as much. 3 and 4 in the standings. Top 4 teams make the postseason. These 3 matchups between Lansing and Chattanooga could very well decide who gets one of those final 2 playoff spots in USL League One. And this one of utmost importance for Chattanooga, with road teams struggling this year. To go on the road and win once, maybe twice against Lansing will be very tough. Ball towards the box, another chance. Contact is made and that one goes through. It got past Mangles, and an early lead from Lansing. Elma N4 was able to find the back of the net. He was threatening, and N4 was just able to get a foot on it and got it past Alex Mangles for the early goal. He almost looks like he got that with the body somehow, as a couple players get tangled up at midfield. Nice through ball, and with the left foot, somehow N4 was able to get it past Mangles. Then he fires the invisible arrow in celebration. So Lansing strikes first. That is goal number 1 this year for N4. He almost scored earlier. Chattanooga playing a man down, and it was only a matter of time before Lansing had a good opportunity. So now let's see how Chattanooga reacts. They have not won this year when their opponents have scored first. They're 0-4-0 when playing from behind, 6-0-2 when they score first. So they've got the odds against them. Down a man, down a goal. But they are at home. Maybe this crowd can will them to a comeback here. Marshall Hollingsworth will throw in. "25 minutes in, a goal from Elma N4, his first goal this season. Somehow was able to beat Tony Walls, who was all over his left side, and sneak it past one of the best goalkeepers in the league, Alexander Mangles, with that left foot. Here's Stoneman. By the way, that's 12 players, 12 different players who have scored now this year for the Lansing Ignite. An impressive number. Coach Miller's talked about the need for that one big striker, but I think he's pretty happy as well with their diversity in goal scoring. Another chance right here. Stoneman. He reverses field. Koifek, an elite backline player. Serda with it. Their top midfielder taken away. Chattanooga looking to push. Gonna be tough to be selective now. If you're the Red Wolves, if you can just kind of steady the ship right here and maybe make it to halftime and still be down 1-0, that's probably a victory. Go in, regroup at half, and then see what you can do in the second half down a player. Still plenty of time, but Yaya Cece's early red card proves to be huge, and Lansing gets a goal 25 minutes in from Elma N4. And now a set piece is coming up for the Lansing Ignite, where they're so good this year. Both these teams fantastic from their set pieces. As the Bay Area native Michael Smith explains the foul to Chattanooga. Red Wolves 6-4-3. Lansing 5-5-5. 5 points, or 5s across the board for them. They are 3-2-1 since the beginning of June. That was when their keeper Stephen Cleveland joined the team on loan from Chicago Fire in the MLS. Nice bender up the air towards the box, played away. Cito Sione almost was able to break field. Now Stoneman. Such tremendous odds against Chattanooga right now. Down a player against one of the best backlines in USL League One, against one of the best keepers in USL League One. If they could come back and get a goal here, what a win that would be for them, as there's a foul at midfield. Some contact. This could be a yellow. And Michael Smith will give Brandon Fricky the yellow card. 6'2" defensive man out of Grimes, Iowa. Captain of the team, moves around the field, 1 goal this season. Cito Sione. Maybe a little bit of a reaction there, but it did appear that Freaky extended that right arm ever so slightly. And I think that's what Michael Smith is saying to him. You pushed off.
Due to the high temperature at tonight's match, the referee has indicated a safety and hydration break for the play.
Get a quick moment as both teams are going to get a water break. Temperatures in the low 90s tonight at kick. They've dipped to the 80s. Let's go ahead and remind you, though, fans, follow Chattanooga and the rest of USL League One all season long on ESPN+. Home to the USL, MLS, UFC, the US Open Cup and more. Join the over 2 million sports fans who have already discovered ESPN Plus and watch League One live every week. Sign up today at ESPNplus.com, just $5 a month. A really good deal. You get a ton of incredible soccer, especially USL League One. You can watch all the matchups. Really is an incredible deal from ESPN Plus. So let's break this down. We got hydration break number 1. Temperatures in the low 90s here in Chattanooga. A nice breeze blowing across the field, which helps out, but still these players want to keep hydrated and keep healthy and safe. About 7 minutes into it, Yaya Cece, who has been one of the players, one of a handful that have come on this year for Coach Jim Hankinson in Chattanooga, he picked up an early red card. And then in the 25th minute, after Chattanooga played well, a man down for, I would say, a good 15, 16 minutes, Elma Enfor somehow got past the great defense of Tony Walls in the box as he went to the ground. Number 24, Enfor, was able to roll it past Alexander Mangles with his left foot to get his first goal of the year. He's the 12th different Lansing player to score this season, and he gave the Ignite a 1-0 lead 25 minutes into it. And that is where we stand now, as Chattanooga, the odds are against them. They're down a player after CC picked up the red card. They're up against a great back line in Lansing and the Ignite. They seem like they're going for the knockout ball. They've been very aggressive, as you would expect, since they got that early goal. So they're up 1-0. Lansing on this scorching night. You can see the players covered in perspiration. One point to make, I mean, definitely fatigue could play into this match. The Chattanooga bench is very deep. Right now, I think if you are the whole Red Bulls, you're just saying, okay, let's weather this storm. Let's try to get to halftime with a 1-0 lead. We got some firepower off the bench. Maybe we bring some fresh legs in towards the end. And maybe we can catch our opponents off guard. If you're Lansing, you're thinking, hey, we've got the momentum. Let's try to go for a knockout blow. Let's get another goal and make it almost impossible for Chattanooga to make a comeback here at home. These are two teams separated by just one small point at the top of League One. Chattanooga in third, Lansing in fourth. They're two of the top 5 scoring teams in League One. The Red Wolves averaging nearly 2 goals per game at home. It's a first of 3 matchups, and that's a point that may be most important between two almost identical teams in terms of standings and in terms of stats. And these 3 matchups between Chattanooga and Lansing, the next 2 in Michigan, could decide who gets maybe one of the final couple of playoff spots in League One. Crowd for Chattanooga getting into it, trying to urge on their team, down 1-0. Really appreciate you spending your Saturday evening with us, wherever you may be watching. Both these teams, you know, it's incredible, really. Michigan has not had a professional soccer team in years before the Lansing Ignite came back to town in April. And think about Michigan, an incredible sports state. And it is such a wonderful addition to get this soccer squad back in town. Nick Moon had the first goal for the team. That was such a special moment, not just for Lansing, but for the state of Michigan, and really soccer in general, to make home in such a big and sports-focused state. Lansing really pioneering a soccer movement in Michigan. And then Chattanooga returning to Tennessee this year, a much-needed addition to a community that has really embraced this squad. They've gotten behind the Red Wolves, who have been playing some really good soccer. They've turned the corner. They've won 2 in a row at home. They've won 4 of their last 5. They haven't lost in 5 matches. They are in danger right now, though. Down 1-0 and a player down after Yaya Cece picked up a red card. Playing with 10 men. Working at midfield is Amirjay Pineda. As Chattanooga will reverse. Big kick up the field from Tony Walls. He was looking for Beatty. Now Walefi comes in from the back line and bumped one of the Lansing United players. Walefi gets a whistle. He has started every single game this year for the Red Wolves. He is a traditional number 6. Loves to sit in the front of the defense. Great outlet passer. Here's Stoneman. That great back line for Lansing. The Ignite will play conservatively here. Stoneman with it. 3-time USL League 1 Team of the Week. 55th pick in the 2019 MLS Super Draft, just 23 years old, number 4 at the bottom of your screen. At midfield, it's N4 with space. Here's N4, already 1 goal. Gets past the defender. N4 in the box, the chip shot. As Chattanooga was looking for an offsides, and Michael Smith obliges. Coming up a little bit gimp there is Andrew Moulin out of Minnesota. It looks like he'll be okay. First Chattanooga Red Wolves player to join the team from the Dalton Red Wolves FC. Further exemplifying how U.S. soccer has created these great different teams to work into each other and just develop incredible young talent in this league, or in this country, and league at that point. Here's Walls to the sideline. Now Beatty with it. You can see they're swarming him. 4 goals in the past 2 games. Beatty working on fellow number 10, Xavier Gomez. Couldn't get past him. Cleveland to clear left side as we make our way towards halftime. An early red card, 8 minutes in on Yaya Cece, put Chattanooga at a major disadvantage. And then in the 25th minute, Elma N4 was able to score past both the defensive Tony Walls and the goalkeeping ability of Alex Mangles to give Lansing the 1-0 lead. He's the 12th player to score for the Ignite this season, and they're in control of this one as we approach halftime. 2 teams separated by just 1 point at the top of the USL League 1 standings, playing for 3rd place tonight. Chattanooga has been skyrocketing up the standings, the hottest team in the league over the past month. North Texas, the top team, is probably right there with them. Lansing's been pretty good themselves, a winning record since May. They've played a lot of road games too, which are very tough to win in this league. Here's Stoneman, looking for space. Now Gomez. He slips and it's intercepted. Red Wolves on the counter. Sione, pressured, bumped, out of play. Coach Hankinson right in front of that one. No argument from the veteran as he tells his players to stand back. What a great guy, Coach Tim Hankinson. You see him on the right side of your screen. We've talked to him a couple times over the past week. He is one of the smartest soccer minds in all of League One. As Sione bumped by Nick Moon, and Kevin Koifik. He will get the free kick here. Talking about Tim Higginson, he's probably been around soccer longer than his opposing coach tonight. Nate Miller has been alive. Nate Miller, only 33 years old, the youngest head coach at any professional soccer level in the U.S. What a great year he's having in his first season as the lead man for Lansing. And then Coach Tim Higginson, been around soccer for a long time. I'm sure he could give a word or 10 of advice to Nate Miller. I'm sure for Nate, it's a lot of fun for him being able to work with great minds like Tim Higginson and pick his brain and learn about coaching and what it takes to have such a wonderful and lengthy career. Stoneman on the sideline as Chattanooga has dropped back 4 on that back line. They've got 3 at the midfield, so 7 players in the box trying to stymie this offense from Lansing that's already one of the best in League One. And now that Chattanooga is a player down, it's even more difficult to keep the ball away from Alexander Mangels. Couple of players we highlight at the top. Nick Moon, relatively quiet, probably the most noteworthy play from him. He was part of that red card. He was the one pushed down by Yaya Sisi. And Stephen Beatty has been bottled up by this defense from Lansing. Hollingsworth, the corner kick. Another opportunity for the Ignite, trying to score their second goal before halftime. Up towards the front post, Mangels, like a center in basketball, on his tippy toes, pulls it down. Five clean sheets this year from Alex Mangels, such an impressive goalkeeper. Looks like those old videos of George Mikan when he is about 4 inches taller than everybody else, never has to jump to get a layup in, just gets it almost flat-footed. Mangels hardly has to leave the turf and pulls that one down. And there was some bumping at center field on that far sideline. I think Lansing was looking for maybe a whistle, didn't get it. And conversation with the head referee, Michael Smith. Ivo Cerda, veteran for this team, even though he's only 24. This Lansing team is very young. A plethora of 23 and 24-year-olds in this lineup. Looking through their starters, I believe Brandon Fricke is the oldest player. And I say that in quotations. 27 years old, he's their captain. Stephen Cleveland, 25 years old between the pipes. On loan from MLS Chicago Fire. Looking for his 4th clean sheet in 6 matchups. And a foul is called on Chattanooga. Sideline ball. Hollingsworth with some pace. Giving chase is Waleffi. Hollingsworth avoids him at the top. Here's a shot, it's blocked away. And a offside. This whistle on Lansing. And now Cito Sione, as he's pointing over to Ivo Cerda, saying he bumped him, and Michael Smith has none of it. And now he'll go over and chat with assistant referee, I believe that's Jonathan Fonco. And Chattanooga, after an early red card, 7 minutes in on Yaya Sisi, they've been a little more vocal with the officiating crew. And that is going to lead to a red card. So the twists and turns continue in this matchup between Lansing and Chattanooga. Kevin Koifik, and that is a blow. A phenomenal defender. He does not like the call. He's been given the red. And we're at 10 even again. So how about that turn as Kevin Koyfik? I'd have to see the play. It's tough for me to judge. What is apparent, though, is Koyfik is livid. Tough to tell if it's at himself or at the call. We're talking about a guy nominated for midseason all-defensive team. This is an elite player that has now gone for Lansing. So 4 minutes of added time has been put on as we approach halftime. Koyfik is done. So both teams have 10 players. They'll have it for the rest of the way. It's been a closely called match from Michael Smith.
That there will be an additional 4 minutes of stoppage time here in the first half.
What a first half filled with storylines. Yaya Cece picked up an early red card for Chattanooga. That was 7 minutes in. About 18 minutes later, Elma Enfor scored the first goal for Lansing, and you're thinking Chattanooga's in trouble. They're down a goal, they're down a man. They're able to weather the storm, and then just before halftime, one of the best defenders in League One, Kevin Koyfik, picks up a red. So we're even at 10 players apiece. The crowd is much more into it now, cheering on their team. Momentum has shifted to Chattanooga in this battle for third place in USL League One. So Koyfik is done, Yaya Cece is out. Cece, one of the better offensive players for Chattanooga. Koyfik may be their best defender, maybe the best defender, heck, in all of League One. This guy is an elite soccer player. Okay, let's see how Lansing reacts now. Chattanooga A+ for keeping their composure after Cece went out. They did allow that one goal. A lot of emotions. Hot summer day, 90-degree heat. It's humid. Two teams that have been playing really great soccer over the past month in a fight for third place in League One. It's a first of 3 matchups with these squads this season. The next two, you know, are going to be a lot of fun. If this is any indication of what to expect when these teams fight each other in Lansing later on this year. Kick towards the box, brought down by the Red Wolves. They're looking to strike quickly off the red card on Lansing. And a shot is wide. They've been aggressive all evening. That's unusual for Chattanooga, a team that's known for being opportunistic. Last in the league in shots attempted, but fourth in goals. Grant Stoneman is also checked out, it seems like. Lewis Jones comes in for him, so Stoneman, the steady defensive player, most minutes played for the team. If I heard the PA announcer correctly, Lewis Jones is in for him. We'll try to get confirmation on that as we work our way towards halftime. That one's played outside. It looks like Stoneman's normally in that near sideline. He appears to not be there anymore. And Chattanooga will re-throw in as we approach halftime. 2 red cards, one on either team. Chattanooga picked theirs up 7 minutes in. Yaya Cece, moments ago, a red card was given to Kevin Koyfik. Lansing does have the lead. A goal 25 minutes in. The first one this year from Elma Enfor. Gives the Ignite the lead, but Chattanooga has new life after the red card on Koyfik. This second half is going to be a lot of fun. Red Wolves may be lining up for one more shot here. Both these teams play a physical brand of soccer. It's a lot of fun to watch, though. We wouldn't want this any other way. This is the kind of matchup you want to see. 50 minutes of action, and it's been non-stop in this first half. Hollingsworth rolls it back to midfield. And it looks like Lansing's content on maybe a conservative final possession here. This crowd's been into it. Their cheers and chants from the opening kick. They stuck by their team even when things looked bleak early. Lansing up 1-0 as we work our way to halftime. Both these teams playing a man down. Here is Hollingsworth. Now Gomez. With it is Fricky. Dangerous pass. Citosione was sitting on it. I think the official is going to wait till a change of possession here before blowing it dead. Lansing knows that they're taking their time for this final opportunity. Trying to maybe extend this to a 2-0 lead at halftime. This midfield isn't given an inch for Chattanooga. One point to make, that sun is right in the face of Stephen Cleveland. He's been great, even though he's had to work against it so far in this half. Fortunes will reverse as Bengals will have to work against the sun. It'll be setting, so maybe not as bad in the second half, but certainly a point to watch. As this one goes back, and that leads us to halftime. Not a lack of action. 2 red cards, one for both teams. The goal in the 25th minute from Elma Enfor is the difference so far. Lansing and Chattanooga, a lot of time left. Anything can happen. We'll take a break and come back with a halftime show presented by Transcard Global FinTech Platform. Lansing 1, Chattanooga 0. What a game so far on this Saturday night in USL League One. Welcome back to Halftime, presented by Transcard Global FinTech Platform. We have some exciting news and notes from around the USL League One coming up in just a few minutes. But first, let's have a look at Wednesday's highlights between Tucson and Toronto.
Off the post and in! Tacoma on top! Shot and goal! What a beauty! Justin Dillon moving up the middle. He's going to push that ball wide toward Gonzalez. Gonzalez, a first touch cross back inside for Dillon and a goal! Inside the 18, shot, push wide! Loose in front, it's Freighter! What a hit! He plays it into the box, head it down, and my Freighter!
To Kiesewetter, in for the goal! Nice cross, Kiesewetter, is in!
Asante, outside the box, Asante, goal! It's Rios! It's a great cross! Daniel Rios again! Ryan Brown sends it, and it's a goal! Ryan Brown! Lubin, what a save! A second save, loose in front! Lubin guarding the post. Denied by McCarthy!
A lot more height on it, McCarthy, a great save! On the volley, oh what a save! Newton again.
Collier curls, saved.
Oh, looking for a shooting lane, coming aloft, pipped away. He got it on frame. Olsen up to the task.
Dink over the touch. Great save, Tempakis.
Shot on, Tempakis with a great save. Nice little 1-2. Caleb Richards. Richards getting it back. Caleb Richards.
And Douglas Martinez able to put it back in.
Martinez puts it back to Coffee! Goal!
Lofted ball in, Williamson!
Good build up here for Portland Timbers too. Good chance for Williamson.
Swinging away, header, Robertson! Follow up in from Lobo!
The header comes in, a great save and on the follow!
Outside at the top of the box, it's dangerous from there! What a fantastic finish!
Some news and notes around USL League One. First and foremost, you can vote for the Player of the Month by visiting www.uslleague1.com by noon on Monday. Make sure you vote. And also, the midseason update, 4 teams have 20 points. It shows how tightly contested these standings are in USL League One. Home teams dominating 36, 14, and 17. And Ronaldo Damus is the Player of the Week. He took over the League One Goals League in that race for the Golden Boot. Has goals in 4 straight matches. The Team of the Week, Stephen Beattie at the very top, 4 goals over his past 2 matches. Entering tonight, Damus is also up there with him on that front. What a talented group. So many talented young players have emerged this season in USL League One. Mid-season award winners Don Smart, what a all-around talented player, 4 goals, 3 assists in 12 appearances. And then Eric Quill, what a great season for him, the head coach for North Texas. They have by far the best record in the league at 9-2-2, and some very talented backline players. Connor Antley is Defender of the Year. He defends Pablo Jaro, who's been great between the pipes. And Jordan Parusa is a Young Player of the Year with 5 goals and 2 assists, just 18 years old. June Player of the Month race, a familiar face there in Stephen Beatty. What a month he has had. 4 appearances, 4 goals, and then Stephen Cleveland for Lansing. He's really come on as their starter between the pipes. 3 clean sheets, 24 saves. That leads the entire league in the month of June. Very impressive performance by Stephen Cleveland. The standing so tied up top. After North Texas, everyone else is pretty close. Chattanooga's 3. Lansing's 4, separated by just 1 point. Toronto FC is in 5th. They have 19 points. FC Tucson right behind. Greenville, Forward Madison. Even the Richmond Kickers and Orlando City B, they can get right back in it with just a couple of victories. A big week for USL League One. So many fun matches over the next couple of days. North Texas against Greenville. That's going to be a lot of fun to watch. Top scoring team versus one of the top defensive teams. This Lansing squad takes on Forward Madison FC. That will be a very crucial game for them. Of course, you can catch all these matchups on ESPN+. And when we come back, we have first half highlights, first half stats. Stay with us. Welcome back to halftime. Lansing Ignite holding on to a 1-0 lead. Both these teams have a red card each. The Ignite got their only goal 25 minutes in. Let's look at the highlights from a very action-packed first half here in steaming hot Chattanooga. Temperatures in the low 90s, and the action was sizzling on the field. Lansing got off to a quick start, a couple early opportunities. This would be foreshadowing for later on. Elma Enfor, an early chance, an early shot on goal. Alexander Mangels is league-leading 43rd save at the time, was able to cup that one in. Lansing would keep the pressure on and would eventually score later in this match. Not here, though, as number 19, Pato Bautelofaz just missed left of the goal, looking for his second score in as many matches. On the other end, the usually passive, opportunistic Chattanooga team, they were aggressive. A chance here early, a missed shot from Cito Sione, and then a open goal look here for Stephen Beatty, just couldn't get the full foot on it. Cito Sione was a lightning rod for Chattanooga in that first half. Beatty just couldn't quite connect for what would have been his 5th goal in the past 3 matches. Big turning point here, some contact in midfield. The leading goal scorer for Lansing, Nick Moon, goes down, and a red card is given to Cito Sione, one of their up-and-coming talented players. He had to go off for the rest of the match. So playing a man down, Chattanooga couldn't keep Lansing off the board somehow, someway. Elma Enfor was able to get past Tony Walls, slipped and scored with the left foot. He shoots the arrow and gives his team a 1-0 lead 25 minutes into it. Later on in the first half, the road team would pick up a red card, and that kind of evened things up a little bit in terms of momentum. Look at that, though. Down a player for most of that half. Chattanooga really lost the possession battle. Shots were even. Shots on target actually favor the Red Wolves. The Lansing leads 1-0 at the break. Both teams get a red card. They'll play with 10 players in this second half. Chattanooga, Lansing, what a matchup it's been so far as we get set for the second half. These two teams playing with a man down after they both picked up a red card in the first half. Cito Sione set to kick. Real quick mention, Kyle Carr is the sub in for Grant Stoneman. It was tough to see with all the confusion towards the end of that first half. I thought I may have heard it was Lewis who came in. It was actually Kyle Carr. So the Florida native Carr is in for Grant Stoneman on that back line. And just to remind you, the red card was given to Kevin Koifik. So two of those 4 great backline players for Lansing are out as we work our way into this second half for Chattanooga. They are playing without Cito Sione, a really strong offensive player, as he picked up a red early in this match. Lansing leads 1-0. Chattanooga has not won a match this year when they let their opponent score first. They're 0-4-0. Chattanooga's also not lost a home match this season, so one of those stats is going to have to change in this second half. Lansing is so good when they have the lead. They struggled a bit on the road. Now 12 different players have scored for them this season after Enfor got that goal 25 minutes in. Red Wolves looking to score quickly. Here's a reverse to field pass towards the box. They're able to keep it in play. Now it rolls out of play. It should stay here with the Red Wolves on a throw-in. Jonathan Caparelli, a quiet first half. Looks towards his teammate Beatty. Now that's rolled top of the box. Wall Efe, as he dribbles one out wide. It'll be a goal kick coming up here for Stefan Cleveland. Cleveland is making his 9th start for the team. He's looking for his 4th clean sheet. So in more than a third of his matches this year, he's recorded a clean sheet for Lansing. He's on loan from the Chicago Fire. Such a tough player to get past, as Andrew Mullen goes down. He's a little bit slow to get up. The ball rolls out of play, and Michael Smith will stop the play and come over and check on Mullen. Nick Moon, make sure he's okay. Crowd tries to encourage Mullen out of Minnesota. He missed a few games with an injury earlier this year. An impressive backline player. Looks like he may have stepped with that right foot a little bit awkwardly. Seems to be moving well, though. That's always positive. Fan favorite here is Mullen. And while Leffe will boot this one away as a show of good sportsmanship after Lansing kicked the ball out of play to let the official go check in on Moulin. Both these teams a lot of respect for each other. Two very talented squads, as the official I thought was going to let that push go, but he makes a call as Sione went down. Riding his back was Ivo Serda rather. And now Sione leads to a kick from Pineda, and it goes out of play. He was trying to find Stephen Beatty beelining it towards that left side. Stephen Beatty, we highlighted him at the top, number 10 for Chattanooga. 4 goals, past 2 games, tied for second in USL League One in goals scored. He's been really controlled well by that back line for Lansing. The one player to make some noise for Chattanooga against the keeper Cleveland is probably Sione. Here's Enfor, who got the only goal for either squad in the first half. Tapping it back is Kyle Carr. He's in for Grant Stoneman. Both these teams playing with 10 players. Red cards on both squads in that first half. 25 minutes in, Lansing got the only goal so far. 2 teams separated by just 1 point, battling for 3rd place in USL League One. Doyle over to the far side. Chattanooga, mostly because they were playing a man down throughout that first half, only had possession 33% of the time. That's unlike them. A very patient team. They like to control the ball. Cleveland, a quick throw out. Nick Moon trying to get going to the second half. Their leading goal scorer with 4 this season. Moon in the pocket. Rolls one out to Enfor. Enfor. While Leffe meets him, Enfor goes down. And no call there. While Leffe turns and tries to push. Here comes Leffe. Beatty with it. Beatty with space. Beatty on the right foot. Beatty tries to cross. Goes down to the box. As he's stopped by this wall of a back line from Lansing. So defense steps up for both teams, and now here's Lansing Ignite on the counter. Mosho Bahani. He's able to beat a pocket of defenders. Lansing trying to spread out their offense. They have spent more than 350 minutes this season leading, including tonight. Have Lansing Ignite. As Andrew Moulin chats with Michael Smith about that last call. He thought there was contact. It's going to lead to a corner kick. It looks like it will be midfielder Xavier Gomez, the Chicago native, to kick it. 2 assists for him, the 41st pick in the 2018 MLS Super Draft. USL Team of the Week twice. Gomez ponders over what he'll do here. And now the boot towards the back. Mangles on his tippy toes, plucks it out of the air. Mangles, a human vacuum cleaner between the pipes. Anywhere near him, he really could be an NFL player. Sturdy build, so tall, excellent hands. Could be a tight end. Very tough to, when the ball's up in the air, he's normally the one to come down with it. And on plays like that, it makes it so tough because anywhere near the goal, Bengals usually will pull it in. And you can see Connor Doyle wanting his teammates to reverse field to him. Two of the top 5 scoring teams in the league, separated by 3 points in the standings. A pair of red cards in the first half, a goal 25 minutes in for Lansing. These two groups will meet twice more this season, both times in Michigan. The first of 3 matchups for both these teams. This is the only team they haven't played until now. Fricky will give way to Gomez. He'll play it back. Cleveland almost tripping. Week 13 team of the week. Elite goalkeeper. Named the goalkeeper of the month in June with 3 clean sheets. Now Nick Moon, their leading goal scorer. Past Caparelli. Moon's got some space. Nice defensive play by Amponsa as Walefi clears it away. And now Pineda up the field to Beatty. Coming out is Cleveland as that went past the leading goal scorer for Chattanooga. Both these teams take their turns going for big blows. Chasing is Cleveland. He can't save the corner kick. And he tried to pretend a Chattanooga player touched it first. The official wasn't buying it. Good call there by Chris Schurfrantz. And now a corner kick is coming here. Amirji Pineda, so good off set pieces. 2 assists this season. Left-footed kick, up in the air, and it's through! The equalizer! And we're tied at 1 apiece. Tony Walls off the corner kick from Amirji Pineda. Walls, his first goal this season. What a goal for Chattanooga. Beautiful up in the air, and Walls, the big header through. And that gets a crowd into it. We're even at 1 apiece. That's assist number 3 for Amirji Pineda. That was run to perfection. You have
Tony Wall,
one of your best passers in Pineda. Your best off your set pieces in Pineda, setting up Tony Walls for the goal. Okay, let's see what Lansing does. I mean, they were in such great position early in this match, up 1-0 and a player advantage off the red card. And then a red was picked up late by Kevin Koifek. And now even at 10 players apiece, Chattanooga ties this one up at 1. We had a feeling that was going to be a big play, with Pineda delivering the set-piece assist, and then a foul is called. And that might be a frustration play on Pato Baltelefes. And a yellow is whistled or given to. That's actually on. That's given to Nick Moon, as it was Moon who backed into Caparelli. So Nick Moon picks up the yellow. He's got to play maybe a little more passively. Remember, Koifek picked up the red. And then Grant Stolman's already out as Moon just kept going and bumped into Caparelli. The intensity so palpable this evening. It's cooled down a bit. Temperatures have dipped in the 80s, but still very humid. Tempers have a tendency to tip a little quicker when it's hot like tonight. So much on the line for a mid-season matchup. Especially for Chattanooga, a chance to really cement themselves in that number 3 spot before they take a challenging two-game road trip Lansing, they're kind of playing a little bit with house money, as they had that 1-goal lead. They have 2 home matchups coming up, and they face Chattanooga twice at home later on this year. But when you have a goal lead and a player advantage, you don't want to let your opponent come back, and right now Chattanooga has tied this one up 1 apiece. Got a beautiful goal from Tony Walls. Off a corner kick from Mirji Pineda. Now N4, he's already got 1 goal. He's turned around by Connor Doyle. Gomez. Little give and go. It's played well by the back line for Chattanooga. Lansing trying to give it a 3rd go here. Gomez. He's wrapped up by the physical Walefe. And the young Brazilian for Chattanooga is whistled for the infraction by Michael Smith. These are fun teams, aren't they? Physical, talented. We've been treated tonight. Here's Nick Moon. He's been quiet. Watch the way he works. Trying to work the give and go with Gomez. Moon with space. Moon the cross. And waiting for it is Amponsa. He had to be on the money there with that header. Nick Moon, such a precision passer. As the drop was off to Moon, he was going crossfield. He had a couple players running. One of them was Edfler. As we're in the 60th minute, a corner kick here. Let's see if Lansing can get a goal from the corner on their own. As that goes over the top, Bautolafez lets it go out. Couldn't quite reach it. And we talked about it earlier. That's one of the big equalizers for Chattanooga. When you got a big keeper like Alexander Mangles, it's so tough to put the ball anywhere near the pipes on those corner kicks. It's a reason why he's got 5 clean sheets this year. Two of the top 5 scoring teams in the league. It's lived up to it tonight. Both squads have a goal apiece. You have a feeling we're going to see another. Both teams playing with 10 players. Each squad picked up a red card in the first half. Lansing got their goal 25 minutes in. Chattanooga scored theirs to open the second half. A corner kick from Amirji Pineda to Tony Walls, who headed it in for his first goal this season. Both squads have played with lots of energy, lots of space, lots of aggressiveness, I want to say. We've not seen the usual opportunistic Chattanooga team. They've looked to score. Lansing has stepped up their physicality. Here's some space. A lot of room for N4, but a offsides call is called. It looked obvious, but the nearside official waited just a tick to make it. As N4 tried to sneak behind the back line. Lansing not giving an inch. Some incidental contact. Good no whistle there as Beatty went flying head first. Maushabahani reversing field. Lansing is trying to start wide and get somebody going across the field. So tough to do though. Maushabahani will take the shot. And Mangles pulls it down. Lansing's had a hard time getting anywhere near the box, so Macho Mahani just says, I'm going to try to fire one from the outside just to get things going a bit. All of a sudden, the Ignite have really dominated the possession over the past few minutes. They've responded well to the goal from Chattanooga. Good bending pass, but it's knocked back away. I want to say that was Nicolas Ponsa. He's had a very good evening. We started the match with temperatures in the 90s. It's cooled off a bit, but fatigue certainly going to play a big factor as we work our way towards the latter parts of this one. Nick Moon, 4 goals to lead his team this season, wearing number 14. He's been trying to find room in this half, and his teammates have been trying to find them as you see that reverse to field go to Moon. Masha Bahani. Big one for Chattanooga. They go on the road for 2 straight after this. They're trying to win their 3rd straight at home. Lansing goes home for 2 in a row after this matchup, so if they can get a victory here or even a draw, that's a big point or 3, and then a big collision there between Enfor and Walefi. Enfor doesn't like the foul, Walefi's still down. As they went up for that 50-50 ball. Wind blowing in the face of Mangles, and Enfor just got on top of the back of Walefi. And Alex Mangles checking on his teammate Walefi has been great tonight in the midfield. He is making his 14th start this season. Taking a minute to get up here. That traditional number 6 for Chattanooga. Loves to sit in front of the defense, a smart outlet passer. Gets a 5 from Botella Fads. Gives us a chance to catch our breath. A back and forth second half. Lots of emotion after 2 red cards, 1 for both teams in that first half. The talented back 4 for Lansing has been minimized a little bit. Kevin Poifik got a red card in the 44th minute. Grant Stoneman was subbed out, so Lansing playing with only half of that great back 4. And Chattanooga trying to take advantage as they even up the score to start this second half. Here's a kick, a little bit long, but it goes out of play as they're looking for Stephen Beatty on the run. A early goal in this second half, the first one this year from Tony Walls off the corner kick. The set play from Pineda, his 3rd assist. Even this one up at 1 apiece after Elma Enfor
for the Red Wolves
scored in the 25th minute.
Number 11, Cito Sione.
And here comes Cito. Sione will check out, and coming in is Amon Zayed. He's their 2nd leading goal scorer full this season. He's got 1 assist as well. A veteran player. Zayed, 35 years old, from Dublin, Ireland. Sometimes doesn't travel for the road games, but so effective when he's on the field, especially tonight. When it's humid, it's hot, fatigue plays a major factor. Some fresh legs can make a big difference. Now Telefez. Moon. Bautelefez, who's had a couple opportunities tonight. Bautelefez across. Sliding was Masha Bahani. Lansing keeps it. Moon calling for it, that's where it goes. Moon with 4 goals. Moon the kick, left side, the header. It's rebounded and knocked through by Bautelefez. And Lansing takes a 2-1 lead.
Goal for Lansing scored by number 19, Tato Botello-Paz.
How about that turn of events? As Chattanooga wanted an offsides, they're not going to get it, and Lansing takes a 2-1 advantage. It started with Nick Moon, and now the round of applause from the crowd makes us think otherwise. And they're going to wave this one off, so it is offsides. It took them an extra moment to figure it out, so Lansing was celebrating. It looks like they said, hey, we've got this one good. And then as we went to replay there, you heard the crowd applaud. It was very close. And the fine, talented young coach for Lansing, Nate Miller, wants an explanation. He is not buying it. And that's a massive call from the officials. As Coach Michael Smith has been very busy this evening. It was tough to tell from our ankle. I'll have to give way to the officials here. They're the pros, they're the ones in charge. Such a massive call though. It looked like the offsides was maybe called on Osho-Bahani on that first shot, and then Botello-Paz knocked it in. So we stay tied at 1 apiece. Momentarily, it looked like Lansing would take the advantage. Michael Smith all over it, though. And a big turn of events there. So you saw it go through. You saw Chattanooga hold up their hands. Lansing almost seemed like they might have agreed at first. They double-checked with the official, and then they started celebrating, and then the call was made.
Out of the game now, number 25, Marshall Hollingsworth. Stepping onto the pitch, number 2, Reese Williams.
Reese Williams often starts. A reliable defensive player will come in for Marshall Hollingsworth. Williams will play at midfield. The 27-year-old from Florida, a phenomenal passer, will check in
Correction,
for.
that substitution will be for number 23.
Now they're saying he's coming in for Tumi Mount-Shobahani. So Hollingsworth will stay on. Mount-Shobahani will check out. So in Reese Williams, Mount-Shobahani is out. With the ball is Enfor. He battles with Amponsa, and it will be a corner kick for Lansing. What a action-packed matchup, a pair of red cards in that first half. An early goal for Lansing, the equalizer for Chattanooga in the early minutes of the second half, and just when you think Lansing has taken the lead, the goal is called off and turned into an offsides. But the Ignite have a chance here. Kick is up, and it's right to Ahmad Syed, the second leading goal scorer for Chattanooga. It stays here though. Xavier going cross. Here's a chance. Moon, the left foot, and waiting for it and playing it away was Amponsa. As Mangel selled out, he was going for the ball, and Amponsa was Johnny on the spot. Here's a header. Right to Nick Moon. He beat the original defender Waltz. Moon's so deadly. Ponson played it well though. He's been the unsung hero tonight for Chattanooga. Corner from Lansing. It's a good one. Punched away by Mangles. While Leffy heads it up. Still in danger zone though. Now Mangles will come out and pull it down. Gives everybody a chance to catch their breath. Two teams playing for third place tonight, separated by just a point in the standings. Top goal scoring squads playing a man down each. You like action, we've got plenty of it. Oh, contact past the sideline between Beatty and it looked like Brandon Fricky. Beatty trying to help out. It's actually Reese Williams. It appeared when Williams went for the kick, he made contact with Beatty. Beatty, the veteran, making sure Williams is okay. Reese actually one of the more experienced players in this team, even though he's just 27 years old.
Substitution for the Chattanooga Red Wolves. Stepping out of the game, the number 3, Jonathan Caparelli.
Caparelli will come out for the Red Wolves.
In the game now, number 6, Vantel Guro.
And Angel Zaguro, their corner kick specialist, great passer. So a lot of offensive firepower with Zaguro. And Zayed coming in off the bench late. Crowd trying to urge on the home team on this hot and humid night. The late subs could make the difference. That's one advantage for Chattanooga. Their bench is very deep. Nice sideline pass. The back line playing it well. Enfor, who's having his best match this season, has a goal. He's been all over the place. Reverses field. Some nice moves by Moon. Moon working towards the box. Good little feed. The chip is just wide. What an opportunity for Bautelefez. He knows it. Mangles made it tough. And Chattanooga catches a break. Look at the footwork from Nick Moon. This guy is a maestro with his feet. The little right-footed touch. Bautelefez just misfiring. And again, the wide frame of Mangles, 6'4", long wingspan. He makes it just that much more tough to get past. He limits the amount of space you have to work with, and on plays like that, he makes what normally are relatively easy shots somewhat difficult. And 4. The battle for third place. Two hot teams. A chance here for Lansing. And Wall effort. Having a nice night. To Doyle. On the counterattack. Chattanooga. Both these teams playing a man down. Zaguro works on Edford. Zaguro, tall defensive player, 6'1". Zayed across the field. A little bit tall. Both these teams are trading blows. We're not seeing a lot of balls in midfield right now. Here's Williams. Now N4 as Lansing sizes up the defense. That's kind of what happens when you're playing with just 10 players. You'll see the defenses back off a little bit and give the offense a chance to get into their side of the field and kind of concede that midfield area. Both teams have had to do this in the second half. I'll look at the moves from Moon. So much fun to watch. That one appeared to go off Connor Doyle. That will lead to a corner for Lansing. This is their 4th corner this half. It was a corner kick that evened this match at 1 apiece early in this first half. Amirje Pineda. A beautiful kick
out of the game
to
now,
Tony
number 14,
Walls.
Amirje Pineda.
Speaking of Pineda, he'll come out to a round of applause.
Number 8, Josue Soto.
And Josue Soto, the youngster off the bench, undersized but a ton of speed. So you've got Soto, Zaguro, and Zayed. Some fresh legs out there for Chattanooga. Here's a corner, up in the air. Now Telefats was the intended target, and now Williams loses the battle for the ball with Walefing. Here comes Soto, off to the races. He sends it back midfield. Beatty, the captain. Soto, the sideline. Kick towards the box, it's to Beatty. Nicely played by Williams. Lansing looking for Elma and 4 on the run. Contact is made, no whistle. And Mangles plays it back out. Walefi. He looks to push. Now Soto at midfield. On his back is Gomez. He retreats to Zagura. Zagura. Watch out for his crossing pass. It's one of the best in the league. Looking to Beatty as he races with Carr. Both make contact. Beatty crashes into the side. Cleveland to kick. One small point separates these teams in the standings for 3rd place. This is the first of 3 matchups. This is any indication the next 2 in Michigan are going to be a lot of fun. N4 against Walefi. The Chattanooga player wins that one. Walls has a lone goal for the Red Wolves. Sends it wide. Here's Walefi. Walefi the cross up in the air for Beatty. A bit high. N4 tussles with Goyle, and a free kick coming up here for Lansing. Patiently, Lansing waiting for their moment to strike. Chattanooga have not won this year. They've not even drawn this year when they've been trailing. They are 0-4-0 when they've been down. They have led this season, entering tonight for 354 minutes. That's 2nd in the league. Lansing 3rd in that category. They're now over 350. So both these teams have spent much of their time on top this year. Right now they're tied. Lansing off a 3-1 loss to North Texas. They did score their 1 goal late. Talking to Coach Miller this week for Lansing, one big key for them. He noted how good Chattanooga is in the late moments of matches. That's in part because of their great depth. He said one big key for us is when we get down to crunch time, how will we react to the fresh bodies for the Red Wolves? They have to maintain possession late. They have to attack on their half late. Those for Coach Miller for Lansing were the big keys, and right now Chattanooga's been the aggressor in these final minutes. Here's Syed, it's intercepted nicely by that back line. Saving a potential easy goal chance was Kyle Carr. Williams battles with Walefi. He goes down, no call. Here's Bautelefaz. So many near opportunities. So many almost goals tonight. Now the fancy-footed Nick Moon. Nick Moon, the dump off in the box. It's played away. And I believe with Walefi still down, Chattanooga played it out. As we hope, Walefi, again, he has played a lot of minutes this season. As he battles for that ball, looks like he got his foot stepped on. Tough to really say what this could be, though, of course, as the medical crew comes out. Looking for the latest USL League One news and content, follow at USL League One on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram for exclusive access and updates. As Aguro comes out, as does Amponsa to console Walefi. He gets looked at by the trainer. Chattanooga, they've trailed most of the first half. Lansing got an early goal 7 minutes into it. It was a first goal this year from Elma Enfor, their forward. He became the 12th player to score this year for Lansing. That was in the 25th minute. In the 8th minute, an early red card was called on Yaya Cece for Chattanooga. And then in the 25th minute, Lansing scores, and you're thinking the home team's in a lot of trouble, down a player, down a goal. They're able to hang in there in this sweltering heat here in Chattanooga, Tennessee. As Waleffi's up, that's a good sign. And then a red card was given to Kevin Coyfin towards the end of the first half for Lansing. And to start the second half, within minutes, Chattanooga was able to score off a corner kick from Amir J. Pineda. That's Waleffi, who's played almost every minute this year for Chattanooga, is being helped off the field. Let's see who comes in for him. Pineda on the corner was able to hit Tony Walls for his first goal this year on a beautiful header. That was, I believe, around the 50-minute mark. And we've been even since. At about the 65-minute mark, Lansing had a goal called off. They scored on a rebound attempt. And the goal was called off, and that kept us at 1 apiece. I thought it was a goal. It was tough to tell if it was offsides. Lansing reacted like it was a goal, and then after some discussion, the officials called it offsides. It appeared the team kind of agreed with it, though, as they were waiting for a second to see what the call would be, as Coach Hankinson checks in with Waleffi. Have to keep tabs on him. We'll try to identify who subbed in for Chattanooga. As Waleffi came out. It looks like it is Juan. I thought that was Juan Ignacio Marian maybe came in. 6 minutes left. Really 5 minutes left to decide this one. What a fun matchup it's been. 2 red cards in the first half. Both teams have a goal. Both playing a man down. And actually, Waleffi is staying in there. I thought for sure he'd come out. He's toughing it out. Waleffi showing his resilience. Here's Carr. Waleffi going down. Silence the crowd for a moment. See if Chattanooga can make a big play to get it back into it, as Mangles clears this one out with Reese Williams coming on hard. Waleffi moving okay. Maybe jogging a bit gingerly. A little push, no call. Mangles has it. A draw would probably be considered a good outcome for both teams. Yes, Lansing wanted the road victory when they're up a player, up a goal, but at the same time, draws and wins have been tough to come by on the road this year in USL League One, especially against really good home teams like Chattanooga, who've not lost at home this year. On the flip side, the Red Wolves are probably okay with a draw because they're 0-4-0 when they've allowed the first goal this year. Lansing's got a shot here, though, in the box, an opportunity. Turned away, the kick, and headed out by Zagura. Played up in the air, Williams brings it down. Zagura, he gets tangled up with Williams, and a foul is called on Reese. Steve St. Duke. A dynamic young player, usually comes off the bench late. The youngest player on the team, 18 years old, out of Haiti. As he comes in for Elma N4. What a performance by him. He got his first goal this season. St. Duke, who scored just a couple weeks ago. He won the Golden Boot as a captain of the Haitian under-17 team during the 2017 CONCACAF Championships. Watch out for him in these final couple minutes. St. Duke scored just 2 weeks ago. 5'9", 140 pounds. He's kind of like Josue Soto, the midfielder for Chattanooga. Tons of speed. The throw in from Walls. Zayed. Walefe. Zaguro, pressured by St. Duke. Ball knocked away. St. Duke gives chase. It's spun in by Doyle. Here's Beatty, trying to make something happen. Beatty, a quiet night after 4 goals in the past 2. That back line so stingy for Lansing, even down a player. Amponsa. Chattanooga trying to hold on to 3rd place. Lansing trying to take it from them. Doyle with it. The cross in the air. Walefe. A push. No call. Nice tackle. Shouldn't say a push there. Doyle appeared to get that clean. Walefe. Now Beatty. St. Duke pressures him. The crossing pass is played well by Carr. And knocked up in the air by Williams. We'll see how much bonus time we get. What a match this has been. Excitement from the opening kick. A pair of red cards, a pair of goals. 2 teams so evenly matched. As a whistle blows at midfield, will be a set play here for Chattanooga. Connor Doyle went down. St. Duke. A little contact there.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 4th official is indicating that we will have at minimum 5 minutes of
5 minutes of stoppage time to decide this one. Will we end in a draw, or will one of these teams come away with a dramatic late goal? That's been the specialty for Chattanooga this year. Late heroics. Lansing and Coach Miller stressed that they have to control possession late. Let's see if they do. A roller towards the box. It does not get through. Carr waiting for it. It'll be a throw in here for Chattanooga. Third place on the line. Red Wolves looking for their first win this year when trailing. Lansing trying to give Chattanooga their first loss at home. And that's cleared out of play by St. Duke. St. Duke overruns that one. Zaguro to throw in. With a little more urgency, it's to Beatty. Beatty on Carr. Carr takes it away, and now it's to Williams. Williams trying to send up the field to St. Duke on Ponsa. He's played 91 plus minutes, somehow has the energy to run that one down in this sweltering heat. Credit to these players. Physical match, important match. Excruciating heat, and they have risen to the challenge tonight. Zaguro, the quick throw in. A little bit short. And they'll go out of play, Zaguro again. St. Duke all over the field. Williams, a strong kick. Here is their leading goal scorer, Nick Moon, trying to make something happen here late. Looking for a call, didn't get it. Walefe to Soto. Soto against two. Sends it towards the box. Beatty had a shot. And couldn't quite finish. Actually, that was Zayed on the run. Beatty was right behind him. Soto with the left foot. Beatty and Zayed were there. It was Zayed who had some space and just a little bit past him. That was a chance for Chattanooga. Right now, with a few fresh legs out there, the Red Wolves are controlling possession late after Lansing was in control much of this match. Can the Ignite get a late goal and take over third place? Or will Chattanooga hold them off after trailing for about 20 minutes in this one? Over the top. A dangerous play. Cleveland let that one come to him. It worked out though. Crowd's been into it from the beginning. Chattanooga goes on the road for 2 straight. Lansing back home for a pair after this. First of 3 meetings between these two squads. Two red cards, 2 goals, 1 for both teams. Connor Doyle knocks that one away from St. Duke. Dangerous pass though, intercepted by Williams. Zayed on him. This might be the last good opportunity for Lansing to get a goal here. Can somebody score in the final minute? Serda. Nick Moon. In the middle, trying to find Moon. It's intercepted. Amponsa on the spot again. Here's Soto, off to the races. Lansing retreats well. Walefe, played on a 1.5 feet. Gets it towards the sideline to Doyle. This could be the last opportunity for either team. Kick up in the air, here's a chance. Cleveland pulled it in. How about the matchup between these goalkeepers? It's lived up to the hype, Cleveland and Mangles. Here comes Lansing though, ahead of steam. It's Moon with it. Moon looking for the late goal, and it's kicked away from behind. And that is gonna do it. A fitting end to an incredibly competitive match between Chattanooga and Lansing. A 1-1 draw after Lansing led most of that first half. Chattanooga gets the early second half goal to even it up. And that is how these two teams end in the sweltering heat, playing a man down, a draw, and they both get a well-earned point. We'll take a break and come back with a man of the match and a recap in our post-game show. Again, the final: Chattanooga 1, Lansing 1. What a matchup in USL League 1.
Saturday, July 20th.
1-1 is our final. We have highlights and stats from this exciting match. Both these teams well deserving of this final point. They played very hard tonight. But first, the Transcard Global FinTech platform man of the match. It has to be the one goal scorer for Chattanooga, Tony Walls, off the beautiful corner kick from Mirjay Pineda. Walls had that fantastic header. His first goal this season. You can't knock the defense for that. They're all over it. It was just a perfect header from Tony Walls, and that's why he's our Transcard man of the match, the defender for Chattanooga. Let's look at highlights. What a contest this one was. It was billed as a battle for third place. These two teams just separated by one small point in the standings. Chattanooga trying to defend third. They do with this draw. Both teams get a point in the standings. On the sweltering heat here in Tennessee, it was Lansing coming off quickly, almost getting an early goal from the guy who scored last week. Pato Bautelafaz couldn't quite get this one through, just missed a bit wide left. Chattanooga on the comeback. They played aggressive. They weren't this opportunistic team. They were trying to score from the get-go. Sineda missed off the left post, and then beating his only open look tonight, a rare miscue from the captain who has 4 goals in the past 2 games entering tonight. He had some space. Just caught that ball a little bit too high, and it was blocked away. And then a big turning point, a red card. 7 minutes in on Yaya Cece. He was taken out of the match, and you're thinking, this is trouble for Chattanooga. They're down a man this early, and it would lead to a goal later on for Lansing. An incredible shot here. Somehow, someway, Elma Enfor was able to get it past the keeper and the defender, Tony Walls. Mangles couldn't quite get it, and Enfor, his first goal this season. Walls would get his revenge, though. Beautiful pass from Mirjay Pineda. You saw it just seconds ago. That's why Walls is our Transcard man of the match. That header, even it at 1 apiece just after halftime. These two teams played a very physical match in the second half. Went back and forth, a couple different shots on goal. Here was the offsides call. We thought momentarily that Lansing had the lead. That's where the offsides was. The rebound and put in for Bautel offense, but it was called back after the officials discussed it momentarily. We thought it was a goal because the celebration from Lansing, the officials discussed it and they called the offside. So it would remain 1-1. Lansing had a few more opportunities. Here's another chance for number 19, Bautel offense. Just missing wide left off the beautiful setup from Nick Moon. And that would be the final 1-1. These two teams draw in a matchup of 2 very even squads. Shots were comparable. Shots on goal were close. The possession was dominated by the Ignite, but Chattanooga actually had the advantage in that category in the second half. A couple offsides, one crucial one on Lansing. The red cards were even. That added a twist to this one. Both these teams were playing a man down in the second half, and a couple yellow cards called on Lansing. Chattanooga, a good job in that regards to avoid any yellows in this match. What a contest between these two teams. The first of 3 this season. They both pick up a point in the standings. And now Lansing runs a record of 5 and 6 this year. The Red Wolves 6-4-4. They're still in 3rd place. Lansing stays in 4th. Big thanks to our crew. They did a fantastic job tonight behind the scenes. Big thanks to you for spending your Saturday with us. We really appreciate it. Again, the final. Chattanooga 1, Lansing 1. I'm Ryan Pierce saying thank you for tuning in. A lot of great action this week in USL League One. And make sure you tune in throughout the week on ESPN+. Thanks for checking us out tonight. We'll talk with you next time.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League League One cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League League One.